It's The Lit Show with Jeremy Fee. New episode each Tuesday. Authors welcome, comments encouraged. Hello everyone, welcome to The Lit Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Fee. As always, I've got something special for you today. I've got a tag for you today. It's the BookTube Austin, Texas tag. I was tagged by Jim from Jim's Books, Reading, and Stuff. The original tag is by James Holder. Both of them have great BookTube channels. I recommend that you go check them out if you're not already watching and subscribe to their videos. Jim does a great job of talking about a lot of cultural elements when he makes his videos, and James Holder really brings about great discussions. He brings up good ideas, gets a lot of people talking and thinking about what he has to say, so it's worth going to check out their videos. But moving on to the tag, we've got 9 prompts. And for people who live in Texas, prompts 7 and 9 are really the same prompt. I'll go ahead and say it's an open tag from me. If you would like to do this video, consider yourself tagged. You do not have to live in Texas. By the way, my cat Jack is here. He says hello to you. He may be making noises as I'm filming. Prompt number 1, talk about your favorite musicians or singers. You know Austin is a great music city. My favorite musicians or singers are Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. I love how Matchbox 20 as a band and Rob Thomas in his solo stuff will have very poetic lyrics, often with musical sounds that have a different emotional feeling from the words. I think they purposely create cognitive dissonance by having sad words with happy sounds or happy words with sad sounds, and it's really neat. It's very artistic how they have that sort of paradoxical feeling so that people will often be singing along sounding like they have a happy tone of voice to something that's really sad if you stop and think about the words in the songs. I also am a huge fan of Maroon 5. Their lead singer is Adam Levine, who has become well known in pop culture, judging on competition shows and that sort of stuff. One of my best friends is a huge fan of Maroon 5 and used to drag me along to concerts and would pay the extra money to go behind the scenes and all that. So I did have the chance to meet the band and talk with them and ask questions, that kind of cool stuff. Really appreciate them. And of course, it's fun music as well. Prompt number 2, name a book with a weird setting. I just recently was talking about the Dark Tower series, and I think that definitely qualifies for having a weird multiverse, multi-genre, fantasy, horror, sci-fi thing going on. Watch my video about the Dark Tower series to see whether or not you should read the Dark Tower series. Prompt number 3, what's your favorite indie bookstore? I've mentioned this in a couple videos before. I really like the Opera House in Denton, Texas with their used books. It really is an old opera house that they just bought at some point and converted all the rooms over. It can feel like you are in the House of Leaves when you are walking around with all the weird closets and downstairs and side rooms that you can find, and you will think that you are at the end of a path and suddenly you'll realize a change of lighting. You go around a corner, there's a whole another room or closet of books that you can look at to potentially purchase. Prompt number 4, name a book set in Austin, Texas. The prequels for Lonesome Dove. If you read the Lonesome Dove saga, they have scenes in Austin, Texas, the seat of government for Texas here. I'm always recommending the Lonesome Dove saga to people. You might want to read it in publication order, or you might want to read it in timeline order. It's really your call. Prompt number 5, your favorite football or soccer team. I'm originally from Louisiana, so it should come as no surprise that I do like the New Orleans Saints. Prompt number 6, talk about a film or TV show set in Austin, Texas. I was just mentioning the Lonesome Dove saga. They made the TV miniseries for each book in the series. You've got a lot that you can watch in footage. But what's funny is the people who made the miniseries for the prequels, when they showed Austin, Texas, they really either didn't care or didn't understand historically what Austin looked like, because they portrayed it as your typical Western movie, like very dry area. Austin, Texas would have been green. There's a lot of water around there, so it wouldn't necessarily look like an old Western movie to properly depict Austin, Texas. Prompt number 7, which for me is also prompt number 9, have I ever been to my state capital? And since I'm in Texas, and the state capital is Austin. Prompt number 9, have I ever been to Austin? Yes. I remember going to Austin when I was in high school for speech and debate competitions. They would host UIL state competition every year. They still do. So when I became a teacher and was coaching my own students, I brought students there to Austin year after year. They also host the Youth and Government Mock Trial state competitions, so I've been there many times for that. One of my students was very excited because one year when we were at Capitol Building competing for mock trial, the Texas governor was there, and he liked the Texas governor, so he thought it was really neat that he got to meet the governor and shake his hand while he was getting in or out of an elevator there at the Capitol. And then prompt number 8, do I like breakfast tacos? This is such a fun question. I always think that breakfast tacos are really burritos, that they certainly look like burritos. It's like taking an omelet and making a burrito out of it. But yes, I love breakfast tacos with eggs and hash browns in there. If you go to Sonic Drive-In, fast food restaurant, they've got several different versions. They can put all kinds of stuff in there with bacon and hash browns and eggs and nice liquid cheese that they put in there as well. Yeah, go for it. Make whatever breakfast tacos or burritos you want. That stuff is really popular here in Texas. I don't know about everywhere else. It is an open tag. If you would like to do this, please talk about Austin, Texas. Talk about your own capital. Somehow connect it to books. Every day is a good day for a book talk. Peace.